Hi, I'm Kenny Joya. Welcome to another one of my tutorials. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use takes in Reaper. I have a project in front of me here, and I want to record a guitar part. We'll go to the guitar track and put it into record, and record our first pass. Go into record. Now we have our first performance. But if we want to record a few more and pick the best to keep, we could use takes. Now by default, if we just record over this one, it's going to create takes. And we could see that in the options menu. New recording that overlaps existing items, and by default, it's going to split existing items and create new takes. So if we record on top of this item, it's going to create a new take, like this. So now we have two takes, take one and take two. And we could choose them just by selecting them like this. And that's the one we're going to hear. But let's record one more. And now we have three takes. Take 1, 2, and 3. And we could see that right up here, take 1 of 3, take 2 of 3, and take 3 of 3. And again, we could just choose them just by selecting them like this. And that's the one we're going to hear back. Take 1, take 2, or take 3. Now, right now, we're seeing them in their own separate lanes. If we don't want that, we can go to the options menu and turn off Show All Takes in Lanes. This is on by default, but if we turn it off, we're only going to see one take at a time. We could still see up here, this is take 3 of 3. But we could switch it just by right-clicking over here, going to Take, and choose Next Take over here, or type T, or Previous Take by typing Shift-T. So if we type T, goes back to take 1, take 2, and so on. Or Shift-T goes to the previous take. Take 2, take 1, and so on. But by default, we're going to see them in lanes, like this, making it easier to choose our takes. But we can use the keyboard shortcut in this way as well. Type T to go to the next take, or Shift-T to go to the previous take. Now we could also record takes in loop mode. Let's delete all this. Let's set up a loop right up here from bar 2 to bar 4. Now if we go into record, it's going to record from bar 2 to 4 and then loop. As long as we turn looping on right over here. So now let's record 3 parts in loop mode. And we could see it recorded 3 takes again, just by looping the performance. Now it actually recorded 4 takes because we went a bit too far, but we could delete this one by right-clicking, go to Take, and choose Delete Active Take. And that deletes the unused one we don't need. And again, we could choose which take we hear, just like this. Take 1, take 2, and take 3. Now we could also split our items, so we could choose the best take for each phrase. Let's go right here and type S, and that splits the item right here. Do it again here and here. Now we could choose different takes for each phrase that we played. We could choose the first one for the first phrase, then switch to the second one for the second phrase, and the third one right here, and then back to the second one over here. So just like that, we chose the best takes for each phrase. Now if we're happy with this, and we don't want to accidentally switch our takes, just select it all, either by double-clicking the track, or by right-click dragging over the item, like this. Then we can right-click, go to Take, and choose Lock to Active Take. And now if we click on the takes, they're not going to change. Still going to choose the takes we chose earlier. Although, we can still switch them with the keyboard shortcuts. Type T to switch our takes, or Shift T to go to the previous ones. But if we lock them, they're not going to switch just by clicking on them. Now, if we're definitely sure we like the takes we chose, we can get rid of the other ones. We can double-click our track, or right-click drag the items, and then right-click, go to Take, and choose Crop to Active Take. We'll use the keyboard shortcut over here. That's going to delete all the unused takes and just keep the keeper ones. Notice up here, it no longer says which take we're using, because it removed the other ones. So only use this if you're sure you're not going to change your takes. Now we can also save the takes we choose as a comp. I'm going to show you this more in a different video, but for now, we can just select all the items we just chose, and then right-click, and go down here to Comps. And then we could save the takes we picked. But I'm going to show you that more in a different video. Right now, I want to show you a few other options we could use. Let's record a few more passes. Now let's say we just want to punch in this third phrase. Let's start right over here and punch it in when it comes up. And that creates a separate take just for this section. Let's record another one just to redo the beginning. And then punch out right over here. Notice what happens. We get multiple items that automatically split like this. Here's the first take we played, take 1 in each section. Here's take 2, which didn't start till here, and take 3, which stopped over here. But right over here, we have some empty space, which looks a bit neater because it's set up with empty lanes. And we can see that in the options menu under take lane behavior. By default, it's going to display empty take lanes. If we turn this off, it looks like this, with 2 takes to choose from for the first phrase, 3 takes over here, and 2 takes again. And that can look a bit messy, so by default, this option is turned on, which creates these empty lanes right here, one here, and here. So all the items stay a bit neater in their own lane. And that option is on by default. But also, this option is also on by default. allows selecting empty lanes. And with this on, we can select this empty lane right here, and we're not going to hear this take or this take. We're going to hear the empty one, which is nothing. If you don't want that option, just turn it off right here, and we can only select the actual takes and not the empty ones. But there's one other option I want to show you. And we can choose the option on the take lane behavior right down here. Select takes for all selected items when clicking take lane. This is off by default. So even if we select all the items like this, when we select the different takes, they're all selected separately. So I could switch to take 3 just for this one item. But if we choose the option right here, select takes for all selected items when clicking take lane, they're all going to move together, which is really helpful if we want to switch all our takes at once. So we can select all these items and choose take 1, and they're all going to switch to take 1, or take 2, or take 3, and it's just based on which items we select. So if we just select the first 3, like this, we can switch the takes for all 3 together. Or just these 2, take 1, take 2, and take 3. But again, that option is off by default right here. So if we choose this one, just that take changes, not the other selected ones. So as you can see, using takes is a great way of choosing the best pieces, phrase by phrase, to create the perfect finished performance. So that's pretty much it. That's how to use takes in Reaper. I hope you learned something, hope you could use it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.